Hey, what's good everybody? It's CJ Beats. We're back at it again today. Today I was going to show you guys how you can make your own vocal tags for your beats. One of my subscribers actually just came up with the idea and said, hey CJ, can you show us how you can make your own vocal tags? I thought it was a really great idea and got right to it. So first and foremost, what I want to say is it's really important for you guys to have a tag, all right? A tag distinguishes yourself from other producers, and if you don't have a tag and you're just putting beats out there that are untagged, and it's a really good beat, someone might jack it. Yeah, someone might jack your beat and use it as their own and say, yeah, I produced this, so on and so forth. So, again, it's really important that you have a distinguished tag, somebody that, when they hear your beat and be like, yeah, that's a CJ beat, because I have cjbeats.com. I have another producer name I go by as Forgive Me. So I have these vocal tags and, that I put in the front of my beat. I don't really put them all throughout my beat. I mean, I probably should for, some of the hottest beats I made. I've come across where I got beat jacked by other producers. I got beat jacked by artists, and, they put their shit on iTunes, and guess what? I have no way of saying, yeah, that was my beat. Yeah, I could make a video and show everybody my track outs and everything and prove to them that I made that beat. But in the long run, I just said, you know what, the best thing to do for me is just have a really good sound and tag something that distinguishes yourself from other producers, and so nobody messes with you, man, because it really sucks. You put all that hard work into making a beat, and then the next thing you know, someone jacked it and says that it's their own beat, or they use it for their song without your permission. So long story short, people do download beats from YouTube and stuff like that, and if they do that, might as well have your tag in it, you know what I mean? So if people are searching for you, they know what to search for, all right? So let's get going and making a vocal tag. I had to come up with something that nobody's using right now, so I'm just gonna say John Doe Beats, all right? Let's say you're John Doe Beats and your website is johndoebeats.com. If your voice is really not up to the task of making vocals tags or whatever, it's completely cool to go with a vocal tagging service. Back in the day, I went to knoxhouse.com. If you Google him, he's been making tags for producers for years, all right? And his tags are on point. I mean, they're serious. If you hear the tag that I have in all of my beats, the cjbeats.com, that came from Knox House. And I got to tell everybody, if you don't have the voice to make your own tags, go to him. He's got the hottest tags on the net, period. All right. So, but again, I mean, you can make your own tags. There's nothing wrong with that. And you want to get yourself a good mic. All right. So if you have $100, or you can, spend $100 on getting a good mic, what I suggest you do is get the Blue Yeti. And that's actually what I'm using for this tutorial right now. I make all my tutorials with the Blue Yeti. That is definitely the best microphone to get for $100 or under $100 now, and to record your voice with. So I mean, if you don't have $350 to get yourself a really good mic, spend the $100 or less than $100 and get yourself the Blue Yeti. All right, that's a USB microphone. It's really easy to set up and stuff like that. So in any event, I'm not here to talk about products and stuff like that. I'm here to show you how to make your own vocal tag. All right. So let's get going. First thing I'm going to do here is enable this, and now I'm going to sound really weird, right? I'm going to sound like I have a flanging effect on my voice because the input is both on Logic and on the Blue Yeti at the same time. This is just to show you how to record your voice, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and check to see here what my audio preferences are set to. As you can see here, my input device is the Yeti stereo microphone, okay? So that's why you can see that my vocals are coming through on this, and you see the bar raising like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and record my voice and say johndoebeats.com, all right? That's all I'm going to say, and then we're going to mess with that recording to make it sound really dope, all right? So here we go. johndoebeats.com. All right, let's listen to that. I'm going to unmute, take that off so that my vocals aren't coming in twice. johndoebeats.com. All right, that was pretty dope. Let's try that again. If you're not cool with it, discard it and try again. I mean, there's no harm in trying again. So let's do that one more time. johndoebeats.com. Let's see what that sounded like. johndoebeats.com. That's pretty cool, I guess. So let's stick with that. So there's a few things that we can do with this to make it sound a little better, I guess. We can, for instance, have the John start over a couple of times, so it's like John Doe Beats, right? So what we can do is zoom in into this recording that we just did, and let's see here. Where does John? All right, so John is right there. So what I'm going to do is make sure it starts off right at the wave, where the wave starts, like that. All right. Zoom out, bring that all the way to the beginning. All right, so we just want the J part, right, of John, because that's what's going to repeat. It's going to be John, like that, right? So we're going to zoom in here a bit, and let's go ahead and take it like that, maybe. Just see John. All right, so yeah, it's somewhere around here. John. That's where it's the on part comes on of John. So somewhere around this area right here. John Doe. Yep. So what I'm going to do is chop it right here. And the way I'm chopping it is using the backslash button on my keyboard. If you haven't set up your hotkeys for making slices like this, you can watch this tutorial on how to chop samples. Set up your hotkeys for slicing at the playhead position. This is the playhead position. Wherever the cursor is above it, that's the playhead position. All right. So we want to set it up to chop at the playhead position. All right, so now that we did that, I'm going to go ahead and bring this back, all right? And like there is good. We're going to have this J part, start over a couple of times. So I'm hitting Command C and Command V on my keyboard and just pasting it right next to each other like that. So J, and then John. So let's do it that way. Let's see what that sounds like. John Doe. All right, that's fast, but it sounds cool though. JohnDoeBeats.com. All right, so now that we did that, what we can do is let's go ahead and copy this, right? So I'm going to duplicate this audio track, and then I'm going to hit Command C on all of this, and then Command V. All right, cool. And let's do that one more time. So I'm going to duplicate this, Command D to duplicate the track. Bring the cursor back to the front and hit Command C and V so that we can do this. All right, so now I'm going to pan this to the right. I'm going to pan this to the left and have them one in the middle stay in the middle. All right. Now, what we'll do is we're going to add a pitch effect to this. So I'm going to add the pitch shifter and in mono. All right, so the left side, what we'll do is have it pitched up. So I'm going to solo this out. This is what it's going to sound like.
John Doe Beats.
All right. And what we'll do with the middle is keep it normal. And then the right one is going to be, let's try this out. I'm just doing this off the top of my head right now. I really don't know what this is going to sound like, but anyway. All right. So this, I'm going to take the semitones down to -7. Take the mix all the way up. All right. As you can see here, maybe I went a little bit too fast, but you see how I brought the mix all the way up? So that means that the mix of the the high pitch vocal and the low pitch vocal are all the way in, and then the middle part doesn't have anything in it. So let's see what this sounds like.
JohnDoeBeats.com.
All right, that's pretty dope. Now what we can do to end it, maybe let's bring these back just a little bit, like that. All right.
.com.
All right. So the .com part, the com part, maybe we can use. Maybe we can use like a tape stop and make it go calm like that, right? And the way to do that is by selecting the fade tool, all right? And then I'm going to unsolo everything here and just work on this part. And I'm going to hit my command, hit the command key on the keyboard and then drag my mouse over it like so. And you're going to get this part, right? And then I'm going to right click that and hit slow down. I'm going to do the same here. Just halfway of the com, I want, tape stop like that. So I'm going to try that here again. Like that. Slow down. And let's start from the beginning and see what it sounds like.
JohnDoeBeats.com.
All right. That's pretty dope. I mean, there's other things you could do with it now. So with that, let's see if we add like maybe a flanging effect on top of everything. So I'm using the main mix, and I'm going to add somewhat of a distortion. Let's see what else we got. We got the flanging effects. That's under modulation, flanger. All right. Let's bring that effect down a bit. I don't want it to flange too much, but see what this sounds like.
JohnDoeBeats.com.
All right, that's pretty dope. I'm going to let you hear it without the flanger so you could hear the difference there.
JohnDoeBeats.com.
All right. The com part, maybe we can make this a little shorter. So I'm hitting Command on my keyboard and bringing this back a little bit because I want them to hear the com part a little bit better. All right. So let's try that.
JohnDoeBeats.com.
All right. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, you got to play around with it and see what sounds good. But I think if we try that, maybe that's better. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to turn the flanger back on and let you hear it.
JohnDoeBeats.com.
All right. So that's basically, all you got to do to make a vocal tag. I mean, now, you have something that's completely different from anybody else. All right. I mean, they might have used the same effects and stuff like that, but it's never going to be the same. So this will help you distinguish yourself from other producers. I hope I was able to answer your question, and you guys can go and start making your own tags. You know what to do. If you have any questions, put it in the comments section. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. My name's CJ Beats. I'm out for now. Peace.